welcome to the Real Estate Podcast, Morgan.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. We were just talking about watching out for drunken builders.
Yes, yes.
But hey, we appreciate you coming on. If it's cool with you, we'd love to get to know you a little bit and kind of talk about your background, where you're from, and how you got to where you're at today in Austin real estate. Would love to go through that journey with you.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
I've never done a podcast before. I was telling y'all, I listen to them all the time. But I'm from Midland, Texas originally. I went to Texas A&M, whoop, Giga Maggies. And I moved to Midland after college, had no idea what I wanted to do. I moved to Dallas for a second. Then I moved to Austin 5 years ago.
Real quick. So you were born in Midland?
Born in Midland.
And your parents were in the oil business?
Yes.
Okay.
Like everybody out there.
Is that pretty much
oil and
like,
gas.
For sure, you got to be in oil out there?
I mean, there's really not a lot else. I mean, unless you're like the accountant for the oil and gas people in finance or something like that, working for a bank. But yeah, I mean, oil and gas is key out there. It's feast or famine. So a lot of people, you got to be prepared. And it's nice to invest in real estate or diversify your portfolio, or else, you know, in a bust, you're in trouble.
What about cattle ranchers? Are there cattle ranchers out in Midland? Or?
I think there are. I don't know a ton. I think more towards Lubbock, there's more farming and maybe some more cattle out there. My uncle lives in Plainview and he is a consultant. He went to A&M as well. He's a consultant for farmers for how to kill the bugs on their crops and things like that. So I think maybe more like a little bit north of Midland a little bit, but yeah, I'm not sure as much. I love cows.
So your mom and dad were both in the oil business and they moved out there for oil?
No. So my dad was raised in Midland, went to Texas Tech, majored in landscape architecture, did that for a little bit, got really tired of mowing lawns and being outside in the heat. And so he started off as a mud engineer. So he kind of worked his way up. And then my mom went to Tech also. They didn't know each other in college, met after college. And she worked for a law firm in Midland for a little bit. But yeah, they were set up on a blind date.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It worked
the rest
out.
is history.
Yes.
Okay.
It was cute.
So you grew up Midland and then A&M and then back to Midland.
Yeah. I worked for my dad for like a hot second. I was in the back. I was using this Integra oil and gas accounting software. It was so boring. I was just literally doing data entry. And I told my dad, I was like, I have to give you my 2 weeks notice. And he was like, you haven't even been here for 2 weeks. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I want to get out of town. I want to move to Dallas. I sold AT&T door to door for a hot minute. I was terrible at that.
Probably a good experience.
People hate AT&T and they hate door knockers. And you don't make an appointment. You just show up.
Yeah.
And I was kicked out of an office building. I was like mortified because I'm a rule follower. And I went to Oklahoma for a business trip and I sold... The only sales that I made were to a liquor store and a church in Oklahoma, but I made like $300.
Hey, that's legit. I think I've always respected door knocking and cold calling because you can apply those skills, which I'm sure you do.
I try.
To anything. Well, so walk me through, like, I'm sure you were really scared like everyone.
Yes.
And then did you eventually just get over that?
Honestly, no. Like, if my personality was not a good fit for this, because you would walk into like a restaurant or like a small business and be like, "Hi, like I'm Morgan. I'm here on behalf of AT&T, and I would like to talk to you about bundling your service. Can you show me your router?" And like they're just really like into like pushy. They're like, "Show me your router." I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking at a router. Like, what am I even looking for?
You just go back there, you're like, okay, it looks great.
I'm like,
so
yeah,
bundling your
good.
service, are you interested?
Now that we've seen the router, yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of what you do. Like if it was a certain router, then you knew something, but I literally lasted 3 weeks. I like would call my manager like crying. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This lady kicked me out of this. She said I was soliciting. Yeah, it was not a good fit for me.
That's hardcore stuff right there.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it was fun. And then, I moved to Austin. I worked at the Austin Nature and Science Center as a camp counselor.
Awesome.
Y'all, I've had so many jobs before I got into real estate. I worked at the Austin Zoo for a little bit, Texas Trail Rides, a trail riding company. I was a substitute teacher. I actually substitute taught at juvenile detention one day, which was really fun. And yeah, I was looking for something cool.
The Nature Center, is that by Barton?
Yes, it's by Zilker. It's so cool. They have a summer camp there for kiddos during the day. And I was with 8-year-olds. And it was so fun because you didn't have to make them learn anything. Like, they didn't have to remember the stuff. You were just going out on hikes. And it was, if I could make money like our living doing that, I would. It was so fun.
Yeah, that's cool. So I like the idea of getting a lot of different experiences with different jobs.
Yes.
And you kind of feel like you were testing things out to figure out what worked. I mean, not only what you like because you had that, but what makes money and what works.
Yes, exactly. I worked for a startup midstream company for 2 years, which was really cool. They grew. They started with 5 guys, grew to like 25. They're doing so great. They've already sold since then, which was fun. But yeah, I just wanted to try something more challenging that I could truly be an expert in, which I'm still not a complete expert here, but more so than, you are able to do that on your own without having to go back to school and get a 4-year degree. Just life experience.
Yeah, and I don't think I feel like I've been doing it for 11 years now, and
Wow,
like you're never an
incredible.
expert. There's always stuff to learn, and regardless if you're at the right company, you have the right people to support you.
Yes.
So you can get all the answers that your clients may need.
True.
But what's most important is that you're staying diligent, putting in the work, staying organized, and that's all the answers you're going to get for your clients. So you can give them as good of service as anybody. Right?
It's true. I can't believe you've been doing it for 11 years. How did you get into it?
So I started when I was 17 in college and just got my license and just loved it, like every second of it. I remember it was funny when I first started, I was literally wearing a suit and tie to class.
That's so cool.
Like I just like couldn't wait to get out of class to go work. And my whole goal was first one in, last one out. And just started, I was doing like leasing for students. I was telling everyone, hey, if you need help finding an apartment, I'd love to help you. And then just kind of kept going.
Wow. That's incredible. I bet you did really well with leasing with kiddos. Because, we all leased in college.
Right. Yeah, it was good. And you can make good money on leasing.
Yeah.
And I would have probably I think I maybe did 15 leases a month.
Wow.
Which is pretty good.
That's incredible.
That's really good.
Yeah. But I was really the only student that was doing it. Like no other student was. I was saying, because this is A&M Corpus, and so I had this TAMUCC realtor on my car.
I love that.
And it was pretty cool. It had the Islander colors, and it said, "We'll represent you. It's totally free." And so people just kept calling me to help them find apartments.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's like a really good spot to kind of get. And then those people eventually are going to buy someday.
Yeah, and that was actually the hard thing for me because it was, as you know, like when you're getting started, it takes time. Mm-hmm. And so I started as a sophomore, and by my senior year, I was actually doing pretty well. Wow. Like I think my senior year, I made like 40,000, like 38 or 40,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah, but I was just like, man, next year is going to be even better because you know how it works. It just snowballs.
Right.
But I knew that I didn't want to be in Corpus. So I had to start over by moving back to Round Rock, which is fine, but it's just part of the process.
Yes. You've got your network here, but you had kind of been building that up for so long.
Yeah. And what I realized was like, there's a cap, and there maybe is on Austin too, maybe not, but there was a cap on like how much I could grow in Corpus. Austin, maybe not, but I mean, it's just, Corpus is a small market.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't feel like the city like pushes forward too much to make themselves better.
Oh, really?
It's weird. You enjoy it for a vacation, but
sure.
Just you notice it, like even just walking into a restaurant, like the way that you're like greeted and taken care of at a table is totally different than Austin.
Huh.
It's just like everyone's just like a little bit more laid back. It's slower. Like you could go and sit at a table for like 10 minutes and no one would talk to you.
Oh.
And I've literally walked out of multiple places because we were there for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, this is crazy. But in Austin or places where people are on top of it, it's right away.
It's true.
But it's just different. Like, I really do think it was kind of like island time in some ways.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of like a beach town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That's amazing, though. I love that you made $40,000 like in college doing leasing. Yeah, that's incredible.
Man, so this is another story, but in College Station, I worked for a company called United Realty. Okay. And I made like $50,000 in 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it was all, you know how the leasing is in College Station when I think it was like October, November, December, we were leasing for the next year.
Right.
And this company that I worked with had 2,000 doors, and there was only 3 agents. Wow. And so you literally just go into the office and take calls, and it was like $700 to $1,200 commissions, and I was getting like 4 a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it was only
for that.
For those months of the year.
Those months of the
year.
But
I mean, like,
and I was lucky to be there for those months.
Yeah. I was trying to remember how I found our lease. My roommate found it. this guy, I can't remember if he was the builder, if he owned just a bunch of houses in College Station, but what he would do is he'd lease it to girls, like sorority girls, who would take better care of it. No offense than a college guy.
It's true.
But we were not punching holes in the wall. But
I've heard that it can backfire. If there's a certain type of group of girls,
that's true.
It can be really bad. But guys probably are going to be way worse almost all the time.
We can be messy. I feel like boys are just more destructive, like physically. But he would just tell us to pass. He was like, yeah, do you know any other girls to pass it down to? And so I don't even know if he used an agent. Maybe he was an agent himself. But he had like a really good business of leasing out to college kids in College Station.
Was it like $600, $700 per room, something like that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was like so cheap. I'm trying to remember. It was like maybe $600 per room or something.
How many rooms?
We had a 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms. It was an upstairs and a downstairs. We were in Bryant, so it was a little bit cheaper, which was nice. I was down the way from Shipley's Donuts. That's the only thing that got me out of class, was getting a kolache on the way to class on Thursdays.
Nice.
But yeah, we were kind of by the chicken oil, and Carney's was over there too. So good times.
Yeah, I wonder what, do you have any idea what that property was worth?
Oh my gosh, honestly, I would have to go look. It was a cute little dollhouse.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything super fancy. Oh, I wouldn't even know.
The only reason I ask is I know that the price to the rent ratio in College Station is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I think you can buy a house for like $220 and rent it for like $2,600.
Yes, and it's not like that here in Austin.
Not even close.
Always, when I talk to investors, I'm like, "Are you looking to cash flow really soon? Because it's probably not going to happen in Austin." And they don't really understand it. These are mostly out of state people that I'm talking to, and it took me a minute to understand it too before I got into real estate, because I didn't know anything about that. But I was like, "Yeah, you're wanting appreciation here."
What did you study at A&M?
So
did you say it already, or
no? I'm laughing because it was so random. I started off as a wildlife and fisheries major. I thought I was gonna work at Steve Irwin Zoo in Australia. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I switched to recreation, park, and tourism sciences.
That's cool. So we actually had a guy, Brent. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he did.
Really?
At A&M.
What did he do with it?
He didn't do anything. He's a commercial broker.
Really?
He was on our podcast 3 episodes ago.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to go listen to that one.
Yeah, he does really well, but he was saying it was beneficial for him in understanding general landscapes. Like he's talking about Brushy Creek and Round Rock and what can be done from a city's perspective.
Right.
So it's but he literally did the same program.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Biology, my brain I was like, oh, this will be so easy. I had a freshman grade exclude my first biology class. It was so hard. And the RPTS is more of a social science class, which was perfect for me. I did an event planning component, which was fun. So I got to volunteer at a bunch of local events in College Station. So I really enjoyed doing that, talking to people. But yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
So in the future, are you planning on taking all this real estate money and creating your own zoo?
Honestly, I would love that. But you know what I've noticed? People, and this is not just because of Tiger King, but people involved with exotic animals, it's kind of drama, I feel like. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I would be up for that.
So it's all kind of like Tiger King?
I mean, I don't know. It's just there's always little things and rumors and things, and it's just I don't know if I'm up for that. I have a dog, and he's probably all I can handle right now, but that would be cool.
We had to dress up as Tiger King 2 weekends ago at Jeff's wedding.
For a wedding?
And we did a Tiger King dance.
That's amazing.
Was it a costume wedding or what?
It was the night before, and his mom wanted to do all these skits and stuff. And
yes. Who were you?
I was the Tiger King.
You were Joe.
I was rapping and calling Jeff out, and Lexi and Brittany were dancing.
Yes, that's amazing. I like that.
Carol
it was so interesting. It's
a crazy world.
Did y'all feel weird when it was over? You just kind of feel weird about everything.
I don't understand that one dude was basically going to go kill. Remember at the very end, the guy was driving to Florida to go. Mm-hmm. And then he just got out of it. He just
scot-free.
He's yeah, they were good. They paid me to kill him, but I didn't do it.
Do y'all think Tiger King was real, or do you think it just got more dramatic as it went along?
It's hard to make some of that stuff up.
Because it was very interesting, and then as you get sucked into it, it's I'm so far in, I have to finish it now, but it's getting a little ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know. It was just the most ridiculous thing. And that was a weird time, too, because it was the beginning of quarantine. COVID.
Right, that was.
So it's
that's why we all watched it.
The world's like
we
ending.
had nothing else to do.
Yeah, we're like, what's going on? Like COVID. I just remember like just feeling so weird all the time because we couldn't really go anywhere, and it was really bizarre. But yeah, I guess that was a good distraction for us. The entire world.
Well, maybe you can be the first exotic zoo to not be involved in any of the nonsense.
I would sure try.
Stay away from Carol Baskins.
I mean, yeah. Do y'all think that she did it?
She whacked him.
You think she did?
She
what
definitely
do you think?
whacked him.
Oh, wait, her was
do you
it
think
her
she killed her husband?
She
Dawn?
definitely whacked
Was it
him.
Dawn? Yeah.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. She was a little crazy. That was my favorite line
I know.
throughout the movie.
I know. Sometimes I want to start my video with that, and I'm like, it's overdone, Morgan. Nobody wants to hear that. But I am so tempted to do it because it's just so funny. Yeah, it's probably overdone.
She probably did.
How did we get talking about? Oh, zoo.
Yes, the zoo.
get
I
it.
worked at the zoo. Yeah, it was.
Well, but
so
that was
fun.
like your first love, right? Or what you thought maybe you wanted to do? Or?
It was so special. Everybody was so nice to me that I worked there. A couple years after that, I would volunteer over spring break and work in the parking lot and direct cars because it'd be really crowded. And I had so much fun directing cars. Like, it was so silly, but everybody was so nice to me, and I had a great time working there. It was awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, my buddy works at the Austin Aquarium.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been there. You can like stick your hand in with the stingrays, like just right in there.
Yeah, he actually runs it. It's pretty cool.
That's
Who is
cool.
Alex Triweller. I met him in Corpus.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, they have like parrots and stuff too.
Yeah.
That place is cool. I love animals.
There's
I
a
love
lot of
that.
cool things that, people don't know about these things in Austin.
It's true.
That Austin Aquarium's like in a random shopping center.
Yeah, it's like next to a Salvation Army.
Yeah, over by Westwood High School.
Yeah, that place is cool too.
Yeah. So Austin Zoo, you were there.
I was honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit all these small little jobs I've had because they were very.
Hey, I think it's
short.
fine. Like I've had I don't know about you, but
I've had a lot of
I had
jobs.
Bush's Chicken,
I
Shoe
love
Carnival,
Bush's.
Wingstop, Wheeler Coatings. I mean, so YMCA.
Yeah, okay, that makes me feel a
You
little
gotta,
bit better.
go, especially when you're younger. Like, go experience it.
It's true. I just didn't have any direction. I just really didn't know. So it was like maybe 3 months that I worked there. I thought maybe I could do events or something or fundraising, but I just saw that probably wasn't going to happen. I don't think they had the budget for something like that yet. Maybe they do now. This was years ago. But yeah, I did these little short stints. I thought I wanted to be a teacher, so I subbed for a little bit. I have so much respect for teachers. It is such a hard job.
Oh, yeah.
I was subbing at this junior high, and we had to do a reverse evacuation where we stay in the room for like an active shooter, I guess. And they could just tell I didn't know what I was doing. And they were like throwing things at me, like spraying me with Axe body spray, cussing me out. I was like calling the office. I was like, I need help in here. Like, please.
Emergency.
Like, yes. I was
There's
like,
a real
please.
emergency.
Yes, it took forever. I was like, I could have been like stabbed by now, and you people have not been here. But the kids, they weren't that. They wouldn't stab me, but they were just like, it was my fault because I couldn't get control of the class. And they were like, this lady's an idiot. We're going to take advantage.
Yeah, I think I feel bad. I took advantage of subs.
Yeah.
Back in
Were
the
you
day.
one of those?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I wouldn't have sprayed you with Axe body spray,
Thank
but
you.
I definitely would
We would
have.
have sprayed it in the room though. And,
Yeah. Just like, or maybe got the lighter and like go it on fire. Like that was a big thing. When
I would have
was
just
in
asked you to
junior
go to the library and never came back.
high. Oh yeah. You'd have been one of those. I had those.
That's me.
Yep. I mean, that didn't bother me as much as the kids that would start fights in the classroom. That stressed me out. Yeah. But
So what was your thought process? Were you like quick to realize that all these things were not jobs that you liked? I mean, that's pretty good, right? You were like
true.
thinking through it probably as fast as you could, like experiencing and saying, actually, I don't want to do this. Move on.
Thank you for putting it that way. That makes it sound like I really had this plan. But yeah.
Well, you probably you may have. I mean, not
did.
necessarily thought it all the way through,
Right.
but like
The
we're being
plan was
smart
to-
about like seeing, is this legit or not? Move on.
Right.
Move on. Move on.
Well, thank you. I tried. I think I just got into it and I was like, okay, is there potential for growth here? Like, can I make a life for myself doing this? And I was like, okay, I realistically can't. I thought I could. I can't. So I got to move on to something else. And I always felt so terrible because all the people I worked with were so nice. I would always like write everybody a letter when I left because I felt so bad that I was there for so short a time and everybody was so sweet on all the jobs that I've left. But yeah, I just was looking for something to stick. In real estate, I was in it. I've been in it for 2.5 years now, but my first year was so tough. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't do any research. I was like, I'm just going to be a real estate agent. and jumped into it. And as I'm sure everybody who is in real estate knows, that's hilarious. And I think I made $5,000 my first like 8 months in real estate.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yep. I got like a part-time job at my kickboxing gym, like to offset that, which was also a blast, but not sustainable like full-time. And but yeah, so it was an interesting experience.
Well, what made you want to get your real estate license?
I think I just thought this, like I said, it was something I could really be good at and be an expert in and not have to go back to school for 4 years. And I was like, everybody needs to buy houses. I can learn this business and I can, maybe be good at it and I'll enjoy it because I get to work with people, but there's the challenging aspect. I don't think I knew how challenging that real estate was going to be, but.
Was there anybody that influenced you or you just said...
Yeah, like when did you start thinking about real estate?
My mom is the one who told me to do it. She's like, Morgan, you should get into real estate. Like, you'd be so good at that. And I was like, whatever, Stacy. Like, I don't know. And I finally did. One of my best friends growing up, her mom's a real estate agent, and she is she's so smart. In Midland, her name is Julie Golden. She's a genius. And I was like, well, Julie's really good, and she seems to really enjoy it, so I'm just going to try that. So yeah, I kind of just like jumped in per all these other jobs, kind of just feet first, not really, it's kind of impulsive, which is not really how you should operate your life. But
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, me too.
I personally live pretty impulsively.
Really?
In terms of business and decisions.
That makes me feel better. What kind of impulsive decisions can we make me feel better about?
Buying properties.
Let's start a construction company.
Buying companies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're always brainstorming, and one guy told me this. I've said it a lot now, but he said, "He who experiments the most wins," and I love that. That resonated with me. Yeah,
I like that a lot. Well, I experimented quite a little bit before I got into real estate.
Come on.
So I like the way y'all look at it. I always felt like I looked like just like a drifter with no direction. So I like the way that y'all are spinning that a little better.
No, I mean, Matt was probably the same way. I was definitely the same way. And everybody else from the outside looking in probably looked at me like that. But to me, I was didn't really matter. I knew that this job wasn't going to be a long-term thing or forever is what I needed right then and there. And I would go try this out, realized I didn't like that. Okay, on to the next thing. And then...
Right.
Yeah, I think people are always going to have their opinions and judge you. Like, we put this RV behind our house, and I know that, like, people are like, what the hell are they doing, And we just rented it for the third time now, and we're making money on it, and it's
there
just
you go.
we're like making it better and better, and it's like random idea. Just go try it out.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I think what it is, maybe for you too, like we just don't care about failing.
Yeah, I think you have to get over that really quickly. And I learned that in real estate a lot at the beginning because you have to fail to learn. And if you're not failing, then you're not learning and you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
you're just sitting there.
And it's easy for people to judge you when you are failing. But
true.
It's also too like the drifter lifestyle. Like, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and if I don't like something, I'm not gonna stay here and keep doing it.
That's so true. I mean, I definitely have that kind of mindset. I think you're right. And you have to just, if you're not failing in real estate, then you're really not doing enough business. Because if you're having conflict and problems, that means that you're working really hard and you're getting a lot done, which is what I've had to learn. My team leaders kind of taught me that. It's like, if you're not having these kind of things, then you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So that makes you feel better. And then you just really want to sit down and be like, okay, analyze it, move on. Don't let it linger, which is hard for me because I overanalyze everything and will hold on to it and feel guilty and the Catholic guilt and blah, blah, blah. But I've learned a lot and I've gotten a lot better about it. Could still get better.
So what was that first year like I know you said you didn't make much money, but what did it look like as far as what you were trying to do to make it work?
Sure. Well, so I had some really great training. I was with JB Goodwin, and they have a really great 2-week training program that I did. And then, but after that, I just didn't really know how to start. I mean, they help you, but I just didn't know how to get leads. And they're like, just get on the phone. And I felt weird talking to people. So that was something that I kind of had to work on.
Can I see your router?
Yeah.
Back to,
Can I see your router? Can I see your house? I was like, what do I do? What do I talk about? So I started doing leasing like you did. Some property management company put me on their list of realtors to show properties, and that helped me a lot.
That's cool.
I was so thankful for that. I still get calls on that sometimes. I guess I'm still on the list somewhere. And then I did a lot of open houses, but I did not know what I was doing at these open houses. And so I got no leads. Like, y'all, I would sit there for 5 hours on like Saturday and Sunday, wouldn't get any leads because I wasn't I didn't know how to have a conversation with someone where it wasn't like, can I get your name and email? Like, cause that's what you
hard,
need.
Right? It's hard. I remember I had the same thing. Like I've probably only done like 7 open houses and like 5 of them were horrible.
Oh,
I mean,
that's better than my track record. Like 8 months of mine were terrible.
I just remember like like I had multiple where like one person showed up and I was there for 5 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
And I've had one where nobody came.
Oh, absolutely. I've had plenty of those.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And when they come in, people automatically don't really want to talk to you. They just want to go through the house. And I don't like to stalk people through the house. Because if I were in, I would want to just like mosey around. I don't want someone breathing down my neck. This is before COVID, obviously, where you really can't do that. But I think I've learned now, which I haven't done really a ton of open houses since then. I've learned like do what you're good at, and clearly that's not what I'm good at. So I'll do other things. But if I were to do one, I would focus more on trying to have a good conversation with the people that come in. What are they looking for? And if you can help them, great. If not, like just the no pressure. Focus on having a good conversation, and if something comes from it, great. But when you put so much pressure on it, that's when you kind of start to
I totally agree. I think
successful.
What helped me, and maybe you're already there too, but it's like realizing that it's actually not really a sales game.
Right.
Like you're not really selling them.
Right. You're not selling them.
You're just trying to add value and help them. And that was a big switch for me. Because I don't like being a salesperson. I don't think anybody, well, some people probably do. But, if you're not taking that approach and you're just doing exactly what you said, then you can feel really, really good about it because you're literally just helping them.
Yes, exactly.
And you believe in it versus selling, let me see your router.
Yes, exactly. No, it's so true. My team leader, Isabel, so I'm on a real estate team. It's called Wire. And she has taught me so much about sales and not to make it salesy, because that's something I think a lot of agents are terrified of coming across. Okay, I don't know if y'all knew this, but when I went to real estate school, they talked a lot about how real estate agents have all these bad reputations and that we're like car salesmen. I never knew that. I didn't know that was the perception. Did y'all know that?
I did, yeah.
I had no idea. They act like we're all like slippery and slick and like, I was like, what? All the realtors I know seem very lovely. I didn't realize.
I don't know what it is, but I think it has something to do with movies and like TV shows. Like the realtors are always portrayed the same. Just
like out for blood and like so selfish, like just trying to force you to buy this house for all the money and like putting their interests above their clients. And like, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah. And the problem is there's so many that there probably are a lot that are like that.
True. What are there, like 13,000 in Austin or something ridiculous?
15,000.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's grown. When I got into school, they joked, they're like, okay, if you talk to someone and and you get them on the phone, they can be like, oh, I've talked to 5 real estate agents already, and you can be like, well, you found the 5 that are working out of the 15,000, so thank you, and just keep moving.
There's a lot. Back in June, pulled a list, and there was 21,000 in the Austin area. So Round Rock, Austin, Lakeway, Georgetown, Cedar Park, Pflugerville, Leander, Buda, Taylor, Bastrop.
I remember thinking I was very overwhelmed by that statistic when I got into it. I guess it was 13,000. But I've learned since then there's plenty of business to go around, and people think it's so competitive, but I don't know. I think that there's plenty of business, and the more collaborative you are, if you help, like I'll call agents for help on like comps or things like that. And usually people are very willing to help, and I'm willing to help too.
Here's a good statistic. Isn't there like 240 people that move here every day?
Yep, I believe that.
So 240 times 360 is 86,400 a year. So if there's 15,000 realtors and 86,000 people moving here, then the statistics are, it's plenty of work.
Well, and the 15,000, I mean, legitimately, at least I bet you half don't do anything. They're just licensed.
Keeping their license active.
And then of those half are actually really, really doing a lot.
Right.
Probably.
Right, as their full-time job.
Yeah.
I'm not competing with you. I've got my license. I'm not out there.
You're not my main competition?
No.
Yeah. I think there's plenty to go around, and I found that everybody just wants to help everyone, which is good. I haven't really come into a situation where people have been really adversive about that, which is so nice.
Yeah. Maybe that has something to do with Austin as well. I don't know, because it does seem like a different environment than Dallas or Houston.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't know about what those marketplaces are like. Maybe it's just Austin friendly, kind of a laid back atmosphere.
I guess it also depends. Like if you're like super high-end real estate where it's a smaller clientele.
Smaller pool.
That maybe gets more competitive.
For competing for listings and things like that. I can see that. Yeah. Like competing. Yeah. I can see that more.
Well, that's cool that you have the mindset. And I've thought about this a lot. Like I don't know how to do this, but because my like primary goal is to own properties. And realtors are the best people to help you do that.
Right.
And so I wish I could figure out how to have like 20 realtors that were bringing me deals.
Yeah.
But I don't want to waste anyone's time. And I'm fine with them making the commission as well.
Right.
But like, it's kind of interesting because like we're missing out a lot on not doing, you see what I'm saying? Like
taking advantage of that knowledge.
Yeah. Like I could have realtors represent me.
Right.
To find me a deal, and they do find the best deals probably.
True.
But I don't have any realtors that are sending me deals because I'm a broker, and even if or an agent. So it's I've thought about that a lot. Like, how do I get agents to bring me deals and make sure that I'm not wasting their time? Obviously,
that's true. For my clients, when I'm really right now when there's no inventory, how I've been finding off-market deals is I'll select an area and I'll just get the email list from the MLS of any agent who either represented a buyer or seller in that area, and I send out like an email blast like of the buyer need. And people usually, I get like 6 responses from those. Usually they're coming soon. Like the only problem now is most people want to go on the market to get multiple offers.
Right.
And get over asking. But
I think a cool strategy. There's so many little tips like that.
I think the best way to do what you're talking about is just to be upfront and honest with them and be like, look, if it hits these criteria, then I'll buy it. And then tell that to 30 people, and they're not looking for, 50 properties that don't match what you're looking to buy.
That's a good point.
That's true.
And then they just see those and they pass it on.
If they see one, every 6 months while they're out doing other stuff, and they're like, Matt will buy this, and they send it to you, it's not really a waste of time.
Yeah, easy commission. I get that a lot too with like people I'm friends with. They're like, well, we're thinking about buying, but we don't want to waste your time. I'm like, listen, do you do the buyer's rep agreement when you work with clients? You do. So when I do that, I tell them, like, I explain how we get paid, because I never knew how real estate agents got paid when we were working with buyers. It's free. And I explain, listen, I don't get paid until you get what you want, which is you buy a house. And if you don't buy a house, that's okay. Sometimes we get to the end of our agreement and I don't get paid, and that's okay. And I just explain it all evens out at a certain point. Some clients, I'll show them one house, go under contract.
Yeah.
I literally showed them one property, they went under contract. Some people take 6 months to a year. I'm like, it all evens out. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So it's like but agents should know that. Like,
yeah, I tell them, like, because I've had a cousin that says, like, I don't want to waste your time. I'm like, the fact that you're even thinking about that or saying that is really all I need. It just means that you're cognizant of my time.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. I mean, it's so nice. I'm like, yeah, that's so sweet, but please don't worry about that. I'm here to help you. And if it's time for you to buy, great. And if not, that's okay. Sometimes you have to get out in the marketplace, see what's out there, and maybe it's not time for you. And that's okay. Just call me when you're ready.
Yeah. Maybe
no pressure.
Send you 10 people over the next 5 years.
Exactly. But I think a lot of people worry about that, or they're worried if they talk to you, then they're like roped in with you. And so I try to just keep it really light. I do like a buyer consultation where we go over the process, and I'm like, okay, if we feel like we're a good fit to work together, great. If not, you just walk away with knowing how to do this and what to expect, which is helpful. Because I don't like being pressured with like salespeople. That stresses me out. So I don't want to pressure people. So I try to do that. It's tricky though.
Yeah. Well, I think what's tricky about it?
I think people, I've been talking to my team leader. She's in like this Facebook group. I can't remember what it is, but they did like a poll, and people were afraid to call agents. Like just normal, regular people who are thinking about buying a house. They have it feels like too much of a commitment to make the call. And so what I'm trying to do is explain there's no commitment. I will help you. I'll give you knowledge. And then if we're a good fit, we'll go down that path. But if not, I'm not going to be upset with you that you called me and we chatted about it, and then maybe you decide you're not ready.
I get what you're saying.
I think that just has a lot to do with your marketing too, and that's kind of your goal, right? It's just education, educating the public. If I were to call a realtor today and say, hey, I want you to help me find this, I wouldn't feel, because I know the game, I know the industry, I know how it works.
Right.
I have the knowledge, and I think it's probably just a lack of knowledge from the consumer to make that phone call and feel committed.
And kind of, I don't know, have y'all noticed? I feel like our generation is afraid to talk on the phone. They want to text, which is so interesting.
I'd rather talk on the phone.
Me too. I hate
I'd rather
texting.
text.
You'd rather
Yeah.
text. You're these people I'm talking about.
I am.
Why is that?
It's more efficient. Like,
True.
I feel like people, this is just me, waste so much time. It's like, what do you need?
Did chit-chatting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
that's so funny. Shooting the bull.
Certain people I'd rather text.
Yes.
But if I feel like it's something that I want to explain, I'd rather explain it over the phone than
True.
via text.
Because tone is so tricky. Did y'all ever use the voice message? Did y'all ever send voice messages?
No, I never have.
I do those all the time with clients. If I have something just quick, if they ask me a question and I'm like, hey, and I'll explain it and then send it. I'm like, if you want to hop on a call, let me know. But usually that will do it. Like, because if they're...
Yeah, I like that. Dorian sends those to us a lot.
Oh, they're the... I mean, I try to keep it under a minute. Like,
Gotcha. So I've done that back to Doreen once because she sent one to me.
it's like a walkie-talkie. Like, it's
Yeah,
like, then you're
that's
done.
pretty good. That's
and
pretty
I
good.
like it because, I mean, sometimes they're at work, so they don't have time to jump on a call. But I keep it like under a minute. I don't talk at them for like 10 minutes. But we found, my team leader does that, and we found it's so helpful to explain something because everything
point.
with tone and context, it's very tricky. I
Well,
love those.
also, like, I get so many calls. Like, we have
Yeah.
40-something agents, and
Oh my gosh.
I have people cold call me. I'm like, hey, what do you need? Like, not
Yeah.
not in a rude way, but
no,
like,
but yeah, just tell me what's up.
yeah, what's going on? How can I help? And like 9 out of 10 times, it's something I can respond to like that, where
It's
I know
true.
that it would be at least a 10, 15-minute call.
I'm just thinking of all the times I called my broker when I was a new agent, like during my first deal. I was like, like every 5 seconds I was calling, like asking these questions. And he was so nice, never impatient with me. But I'm sure that he was like, oh my Lord, I can't wait till this girl like finishes and gets some experience.
It's part of the game. Because I remember being on the flip side of that. And
Yeah.
Like if people, like I answer my phone if they need me. But,
Well, sure. But sometimes you just need a text. But
yeah. I just remember like that having that feeling as an agent.
Yes.
And my broker not helping me, and that was the worst.
Oh yeah, I was so lucky. Oh well, I didn't even know. I remember I had a closing, and I was like, "What do I do at closing? Do I sign something?
How do I close?
Do I
Yeah.
What is closing the deal? Do I have the key? Is there a picture? Like, do we
Nobody
do
really
we
tells
celebrate?
you much.
No.
If you have a good broker, they can, but for
Yeah.
the most part, you're just thrown in.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess they kind of maybe they went over it at some point, and I just missed it. But I called my sales manager, and she was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry," and they were very helpful. But I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do at closing." Like
Yeah.
I was freaking out.
No, I
So
mean, you're right. It's
funny.
just in general because I think it's because there are so many variables, and it's always different. You
It's
can never
so
really
many.
explain everything.
No, I've had a couple of people come to me this year and been like, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting in real estate. Like, can I pick your brain?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I'm like, "There's so much to talk about. I need like 3 hours to go over this with you," which I don't really, but I try to tell everything that I would have wanted to know when I was getting into
You
it.
should maybe make a video or something because we
Yeah.
have like hundreds of videos, and a lot of times I'll just send people these links.
Yes.
They're like, I want to hear about like your career. I'm like, here you go.
You're so
Here's 18
smart.
minutes right here.
Yes.
You
Just,
really want to
like,
hear about it?
run through it. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, you've had 11 years, so that's a lot of history to cover.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty short, so it'd be
Well,
easy.
but I'm just saying, I mean, because that's another thing. What I really respect about what you're doing is I see you on social media a lot. I'm curious, like, what your mindset is there. I know that it's gonna lead to a lot of success if you keep it up. I just
Fingers
think a lot of
crossed.
people like burn out on it.
Yes.
I see that like way too much.
Yeah.
But I think what you're doing is the right thing, and
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate that. So, like I mentioned, I'm on this awesome team. My team leader, Isabel, is letting me work with Brandon T. Adams. He is a video marketing coach. And so I meet with him every week, and he is like, okay, what are we doing this week in real estate? Like, how can we make that into content that'd be helpful for someone? And so that's been a lot of it. And it's so hard for me because this is way out of my comfort zone. Like, I would do sometimes like the open house Facebook Live videos, but I get real nervous, and then like I feel weird like taking a video of myself, and I get awkward and I stutter. But it's gotten easier, and I've just really tried to focus like, okay, what did I not know when I was not in real estate, and when if I would have been thinking about buying a house, what did I not know? So I try to do that. Things that are interesting. People love house tours, so I need to do more of those. People love to see pretty homes, and it kind of breaks it up with like COVID when you can't go out as much. It's like, what is like would be helpful for someone to know? But we really focus on educating our clients because we do work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and even people that haven't bought in Texas. It's different than buying in California or Utah or wherever. So that's something we're really focusing on. But yeah, it's just me getting comfortable. And then he always encourages me to share personal stuff, just, to make you relatable. But I would like have this thing where I'm like, nobody cares like about my personal life, and I get weird about it, but I do. I mean, I like when people share things. It's interesting, but I have trouble doing that. It's hard for me.
How long have you been doing the videos?
Oh my gosh. I think we're on week 10.
Okay.
It's been like 10 weeks of it.
Is it a video every week or?
Yeah, we do like 4, like crank out like 4 a week and then kind of do Instagram stories. Have y'all done reels on Instagram? It's so confusing. I feel like an idiot.
Matt's getting really into Instagram.
Yeah, I'm kind of like upset because I've put so much time into Facebook and YouTube. And I'm like, if I would have been doing this on Instagram, at least my perception is I'd be getting a lot more leads.
You could probably post the stuff you have on YouTube. I'm sure you could put that on Instagram. I mean, I feel like if you saved it.
Has to be a minute long, right?
Yeah, well, you can do one that's under a minute, I think.
Well, that's what I mean. Minute max.
Oh, well, you can do more. It can be longer than a minute. It's Insta TV.
Really?
Is longer than a minute. If you go to post it, I think it says like, do you want it to be the full video? And it's Insta TV.
Well, we have like most of our videos are hours. A lot of them are like 5 minutes or 3 minutes.
No. All the podcasts are like hours, but like, five to 15 minute.
I think that'd be fine. So the best thing about our team is we have a super technology savvy UT intern, and we're trying to find a way to keep her full time because she's amazing. But she teaches me how to do this stuff because I am not technologically savvy. I had a flip phone in college for a long time. I was like, I don't need the iPhone; just need to be able to call people.
We need an intern.
It is hire like a young one that like knows technology. They know how to do everything. TikTok. Okay, y'all, TikTok is big and real. Have you seen the TikTok real estate TikToks?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like they do the song and you're like pointing to stuff. Like it's like, what's earnest money? And you're like, I'm like, I have to be a dancer. I need to know mortgages. I need to be hip. I need to be technologically savvy. I need to be a real estate expert. Like it's just, the world is changing.
You got to just do your best to stay up with it.
Yes.
I definitely was slow on some of these things.
I'm with you.
But hey.
You learn and grow. And the Reels has been a fun one. So
what is the Reels?
So Reels are 30 seconds that Instagram just created. So you can put it on your story. Reels are really hard for me because you have to pick the music first, then you upload the video. But it's like 30 seconds max.
Is it kind of like TikTok?
Kind of. Yeah. It's kind of like TikTok.
We have a
shorter.
TikTok.
And
our marketing guy used to do a TikTok video every day.
People love. Okay, well, I don't know about y'all, but have y'all seen The Social Dilemma?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that made me want to like delete everything altogether. And I'm like, am I somehow contributing to like this idea that we're all addicted to our phones? But TikTok, I will get on there and I will just be scrolling for hours, so I can't get on it. Because it's like dog videos and like cute puppies.
It is addicting.
Oh my gosh. And
giraffes.
People are so talented. I know, yeah. At the zoo, people are so talented.
They are.
So we're trying to put out TikToks and I'm like, I get Emily, our intern, like, just help me. I don't know how to do this. So yeah.
So are you seeing immediate results from it or is it more of a long-term?
I think both. I think I do. Like I've had some people reach out to me and I probably should ask like, hey, why did you decide to reach out to me? I should ask that question. But I do think it's because I'm posting this stuff. So they are like, oh yeah, Morgan does real estate. I saw that video of her at a house the other day. Mm-hmm. So I do think it just keeps you top of mind to your sphere, to people that you know.
Very much so. And are you doing just the free posting or are you doing ads too?
So he wanted me to do an ad. I was supposed to do an ad. I tried to run it. See, this is where I'm not savvy. Like it got rejected because of a housing rule or something. And so I think I have to do it under a special category. It was just an introduction about myself and like what real estate is, but I think you have to run it a certain way. So I'm going to try to do that if I can figure it out. But sure, do y'all do a lot of ads?
Experiment the most. Right?
Used to. We used to do... So we had a schedule for our social media posting, and we've fallen far, far behind that.
It's tough.
Our main guy, Andrew. Do you know Andrew?
I feel like I'm not sure if I've met him before.
He's a great guy, but his wife's like really, really sick.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but he was doing all of our social media. So we finally got to a point where we were doing a new video every day.
Wow.
6 posts on every platform.
Yep.
And then boom, his wife just...
Bless her heart. So is she going to be okay?
I don't know. We're praying and...
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, it's we're supporting him, but now it's me and Alex and like, we're just recording these and doing the best we can.
Hey, but this is awesome. And then you can post this LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like a young kid They're great at that.
I know.
And they come up with like ideas. Like Emily knows, she comes up with all these content ideas. She'll make like a calendar and be like, okay, I'm going to post on this day. Because, yeah, otherwise I forget. And when you're moving around, doing transactions, doing business, answering questions for your agents.
I tell you what, I would love to have an intern take over this. And
they can put on their resume.
Put on their resume.
Find them. They're probably not that hard to find.
No.
Give us some new ideas. Get on TikTok for us.
Yes, go to the real estate school at UT. I think that's how, I don't know, that's how we found Emily. Emily is like the smartest. Like she is a senior in college. She's graduating this year. So much smarter than I was at that age. Like she is with it. She is going to be, I'm really excited for her to, she's just really smart.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so she's helping you and the coach.
Yeah,
for
she's
the videos.
she's on our team. She's like our marketing intern. And so she helps us stay current and she runs our Wire Instagram page. So if you check that out, she does all of that. We've been trying to do Instagram takeovers, which I haven't done yet, to get on there and kind of just, I did one where it was like a day in the life. I think that's kind of interesting for y'all to do, like a day in the life.
What's a takeover? I don't have a personal Instagram, so like our business.
We need to get you on Instagram.
Our businesses have
Instagrams,
but I've never heard of any of this stuff.
So like a takeover is like when you have, it would be like y'all's Instagram page, and you, Alex, would be like, okay, I'm gonna. This is the day in the life of me today, and you just take over that day and just kind of show your life that day.
So we have vlogs. We used to do a vlog every Friday, day in the life. It's on YouTube.
That's amazing.
I think we've done so much. We just missed the platform.
Well, but I think you could take it from YouTube, download it, and then put it on those things. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
We put it on. So we put it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yes.
We did the vlogs on Instagram.
You can't necessarily. What he would do is he would direct everything back to YouTube.
Oh, the link. Like, here, check this out here.
Yeah,
gotcha.
We're releasing links, and he would release it back to YouTube. Like, we never posted a full vlog on Facebook or LinkedIn. It would be the link to go watch it on YouTube.
Instagram.
You're talking to someone who doesn't know about Instagram.
Yeah, I know. We missed the Instagram boat.
I have one. Well, I mean, I didn't either. Like, the posts that I have on my Instagram are so weird. If you go back far enough, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't. So now I figured out people's grids look really pretty. Like, they're all the same filter. I was like, Emily, how do I do that? I don't know how to do any of this. And the hashtags and the emojis. I mean, it's a lot. It really is a lot.
Hey, you just jump in and figure it out, right?
You know,
you can feel like it's overwhelming, but you just got to take one step at a time.
You just got to roll with it.
We just need to find the next, whatever is the next one, and go all in on that.
Okay, I feel like there's one. What is it? I feel like there's one that's come out that I don't know what it's called. But
oh yeah, it's the one when everybody was talking about getting off of Facebook or whatever it was.
What is
it's
it called?
I don't know. I can figure it out.
Yes.
Guys, if you know it, give us a comment.
Let us know.
Comment, yeah.
We need to hit that up. I know. And like, well, Snapchat was a thing. Now I feel like Snapchat's no longer a thing.
Right.
I feel like people would do things on Snapchat. But yeah, there's a lot you can do. But yeah, you're right. I think the mentality is just like, I used to stress like, oh no, I stuttered. I messed up that word. That sounded weird. I've just been like, put it out there. Like, I'm a human being. I am not an actress. I'm not a professional person that does this all day every day, so I'm just going to get it out there, and hopefully people will just appreciate what I'm attempting to do and understand the gist of it. And not everybody watches every video. People have other things to do than watch all of my videos, so I just don't worry too much about it.
Well, you're doing what you can. That's awesome.
Did you do a lot of posting and stuff before the marketing approach?
No, I was so bad about posting before. When I first started doing open houses, I would do open house videos because I was bored because nobody was coming to my open houses. So like, well, guess I'll just do a Facebook Live. I think I'd seen somebody else do that, and I was like, that'll be fun. And my mom would like comment on it, and be like, cool, like one person watched, like, thanks, Mom. But no, I really wasn't posting that much.
Well, not even for business, but just personally.
Sometimes I am very not savvy. I think I do like the Insta stories sometimes, but I was really bad about posting like pictures on Instagram, sometimes Facebook.
So is it kind of weird for you? Like for myself, I would not have a Facebook and Instagram, any of that. I wouldn't post anything. Nobody would know what I'm up to if it wasn't for Teifke Real Estate. It's
so true. Honestly, I would feel the same way. I probably wouldn't have social media because I think it kind of sucks a lot of time, but it is cool to see what other people are doing. Yeah. So I think I probably wouldn't have it either, but since I do have it, I do like to try to make the most of it and see what other agents are doing because people are so creative and it is cool.
Yeah. Matt's the master social media guy.
Yes.
For leads and networking.
Yeah, really. Tell me your secret.
Just on it. But I'm not the master because I don't have Instagram.
But hey, you're the master of Facebook.
Yeah, no, I just was pretty active with it. I think it's more of just my approach with just reaching out to people and always like saying, hey, how can I help?
Right. I know y'all have that group and there's like people on there and I thought that was so cool. Like, because there's all kinds of people in that. It's not just realtors.
Yeah.
Are you in it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I see posts on there.
We do the 4 calls a week for our team and just really stay active. I think.
Post your videos in there.
I should.
Yeah, you should.
I don't. I'm like, people don't want to see that in there.
We love it.
Y'all are so nice.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
I think we all feel the same way. Like that's the actual social dilemma is like, we kind of don't like it, but we do, and we see the value. We still do it.
Yes. That is a dilemma because it's like, you don't want to be stuck on this all the time. And sometimes like, do y'all take any days off? I feel like you probably don't.
It's not. It's
Thanksgiving, yes, but for the most part,
I was just telling Matt how much I hated these last 4 days.
Really?
Yes.
Was it because you weren't doing anything, or because you were doing?
The
stuff?
whole world stops.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
You like to keep moving.
I love to keep, like, I woke up this morning and I had 6 emails from Matt, agents emailing me. And I was like, let's go. We're back in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I think it's just, there's different stages of life. And so like now I've got 2 young kids and so it's a little different, but I still have that itch to like always be doing stuff. But I'm like, it's important for me to not work all the time and raise my kids. So
it's true.
I think you're just always in a different spot of life.
Yeah.
But I always, like we talk about this, like we don't really look at it as work. It's just a lifestyle. Like we're hanging out right now.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is fun. This doesn't feel like work at all.
This is a lot of what we do. I mean, we're still finding deals and buying properties, but a big part is this for right now. Like,
sure.
We literally set up like 50 podcasts since we opened this office.
That's incredible.
So like that's a phase for the next couple months. After that, like we probably won't set up a bunch that frequently, and then we'll go to finding deals.
We'll be doing Instagram takeovers.
There you go. There you go. I'm so honored to be on this like list of people. I take Wednesday off every week.
Do you?
But because I'm on a team, so my team leader has encouraged us to do that. We each have 1 day off, and then our team covers for us. So it's not like I'm leaving my clients high and dry. But we work 7 days a week, so I take Wednesday. I don't answer my phone or email. Sometimes I turn my phone off.
That's cool.
And it is so nice. Like I'll tell my family like, hey, P.S. I'm like not answering the phone on Wednesday because I'm just so tired.
Wednesday's a cool day to do it too.
It's so
I feel like you're maybe not going to miss too much.
Right. Yeah. It's hard because like sometimes I've learned I cannot look at my email on Wednesday night because then I won't be able to sleep about the things that I want to get up and do on Thursday. Mm-hmm. But we have such a great team that they're well taken care of. So I know that if something happens, they'll be fine.
I think you definitely need time for yourself. And even Olympic athletes take off days, right?
Yes.
And for me, I get it early in the morning. So I'll wake up at like 4 a.m.
You wake up at 4?
4:30.
What time do you go to bed?
9, 10, 11.
Oh my gosh.
Somewhere around there.
Wow. I wish I could be like you. So what do you do when you wake up at 4?
I read. Now I read for 30 minutes.
What are you reading?
Right now I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People.
I've read that.
By Dale Carnegie.
Very good.
I'm rereading that one. That's probably one of my favorite books I've ever read.
That's a good one.
So I'm rereading that, and now I'm reading Churrasco, The Life of the Brazilian Gaucho.
What is this about? Is this like a novel or is this a biography?
No, this is
it's steak.
Yeah, it's about how to grill or barbecue the Brazilian way.
I thought this was a person.
No.
So he's on a big steak kick.
These last 4 days, that's what I dove into. Everything real estate died off, and so I bought this book. I bought these Brazilian barbecue skewers.
Wow.
I am studying the Brazilian way to barbecue.
Wow.
And I'm on the mostly meat diet.
Oh, are you keto? Are you doing keto?
No, it's just mostly meat. That's how I'm describing it. So it's steaks with hot sauce, because that's how the Brazilians do it.
Okay.
Really?
Yep, some homemade hot sauce.
Interesting.
Or chimichurri sauce, but I haven't made that yet.
Wow.
Steaks, smoothie, and protein bars.
Wow. Wait, no mashed potatoes?
I wish. I
You're gonna
love
have
mashed
steak.
potatoes.
You gotta have mashed potatoes.
Some brie and some bread.
Yeah, and some
no.
macaroni and cheese.
No brie.
Wow.
Peppers.
You don't like brie?
I hate brie.
Do you like brie?
Who hates brie?
I
It's
love
cheese.
That's that cheese,
Do you like
right?
cheese?
I love cheese.
You don't like brie?
No.
Is it like the texture that gets you?
It's the taste. I don't mind texture because it's, like soft and gooey, right?
Yeah.
But I do not like the taste at all.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
like blue cheese?
I like blue cheese. I like goat cheese. I like,
Every cheese but brie.
Yeah, I've never had a cheese I don't like except brie.
Interesting. Maybe it's like when people don't like parsley. It's like that genetic thing.
Can you even taste parsley? I never taste. You can taste it?
I can taste it. It's like crunchy and kind of like I don't like vegetables.
I thought it's
so
just
I'm
there
like-
for color.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Okay, have you been to Fogo de Chao? Is that a Brazilian place?
Yep.
I took my boyfriend there for his birthday. Oh my gosh, so much meat. Like
Yeah.
every 5 seconds. Like, would you like some? I was like,
It's a lot. Yeah.
can't eat
So
anymore.
I went to a different one on Wednesday night, and then I said, you know what? This is how I'm going to live my life forever.
I'm eating steak
Forever.
from here on out.
Yep.
Let me know how that goes. I'm gonna check in with you in
There's
a
some
few
people
months.
that do that. I mean, it's a diet that some people swear by. Only like
I mean, you look
Andrew,
like very fit, so
he's extremely fit, and that's what Andrew does as well. Andrew's probably the healthiest guy I know.
Nutrition's the hardest part for me.
yeah.
So I wake up in the morning, I read, then I go work out for an hour and a half now.
Wow, what are you doing for an hour and a half?
Gym 45 minutes, then either yoga or I run, but it has to be outside.
Wow, I need your morning routine. I don't know if I can wake up at 4 though.
You can do it.
It's all about the time you go to bed.
Yes,
You go to
I
bed
know. Yes, I end up staying up till like 11
Yeah.
midnight. I try to go to bed early, but
That's the key.
I
If
need
you go to
do
bed
that.
at like 9, it's easy to wake up at 4.
Right. Well, and it's true because that's the time. I feel like my phone does not really ring until like 10 o'clock. Like for real estate, there's really no emergencies at like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's when people are not working. That's when we have the emergencies.
Right.
So I need to take more advantage of that morning time. Okay, 4 o'clock, you read, you work out, do yoga. Do y'all meditate?
Oh, yeah. So first thing I do is I wake up, I read for 30 minutes, then I meditate for 15 minutes, go to the gym, yoga or run, and then swim.
Wow.
And then it's just a in and out swim, just
Okay.
to wake up in the cold water.
Just kind of like polar
Yeah,
bear plunge.
exactly.
And then you grill yourself up a steak for
No,
breakfast.
I don't. No, I usually don't eat till about lunchtime.
Oh, do you do the intermittent fasting? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kinda. I used to for a long time, and now I've just kind of. I don't. It's not like I can't eat until this time, but now
Right.
I've just kind of gotten accustomed to it.
I need to be
He
living
also
your
is-
lifestyle.
He's totally sober. So
Good for
I think
you.
that helps a lot.
Alcohol really messes with your sleep. I mean, this is really terrible. When quarantine first started, I was making Cosmos at home. Like people were doing like knitting and doing all this home, and I was like, I need a Cosmopolitan.
What's a Cosmo?
It's vodka, triple sec, and cranberry juice. Sugar. And I was like, okay, I'm gaining some weight from these. It's been doing it for me because I never really drank at home by myself, like before quarantine. But, then quarantine happened. I was
Everything
like,
goes in quarantine.
can't do those anymore. But that's really good because alcohol is not good for you. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. Okay.
I agree.
4 a.m. Okay, I'm going to think about rearranging my schedule.
But
We'll see.
that's my time to myself.
That's good.
Right.
And so then on Sundays, Kat, my girlfriend, she's off work Sundays and Mondays. So Sundays we usually do what she wants to do.
Nice.
We'll go walk the dog or whatever. Or last weekend we went to an estate sale. But
Oh, cool.
I'm never off of work. Always
You're on.
Yeah, it's because it's not work. It's just
fun.
opportunity. It's fun. It's gotta do. I love doing it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Otherwise, I'll just go out and dive deep into Brazilian steaks or something.
There you go. Well, that's good. And that's cool that y'all created something that you both enjoy so much where it doesn't feel like work. So you don't. That's amazing. That's really exciting.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I think is the beauty of real estate is it allows these lifestyles. And I think that's what people are after when they originally think about real estate. It's
Yes.
like the lifestyle and the flexibility, and it's totally possible.
It is possible. I think too, just getting that, I think the first year for me was really tough because I just didn't know what I was doing. So it's like, once you have that experience, it's a lot easier, because I know you're kind of like scrambling to figure out things, and that's stressful. And so it's like, but if you don't have that first year, you don't appreciate it when you're right. When you get like to year 2, and still learning, of course, but have so much more confidence, and I'm like, oh yeah, that I've already been through that. I know what that looks like.
Right.
And so you're not scrambling as much, so it doesn't take as much energy, so you can plan and kind of make your schedule an ideal schedule.
Yeah.
But I think that
you
first
can sell
year,
10 houses a year and like do really well.
Yeah.
And not even really work that hard necessarily.
It's true. And yeah, it's all about, I just think the more experience you get, the easier it is, and you're not just the first year, but everybody has to go through that.
Of course. Well, and
I wouldn't change it.
The thing that I always say is like, the beauty of real estate is it just such a snowball effect. Like, it's not only the first year, but every single year is better.
Yes.
I mean,
it's true.
Maybe not always financially, but knowledge, mentally, connections, like it just straight up just gets better and better and better.
It's so
exponentially better.
Oh, it's so true. I'm so glad. I'm just like, okay, good. But it's like, you don't want to get complacent. We're like, okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. It'll be okay. Obviously, need to grow. But
and we're at what I always say, we're in probably the best market in the world.
Oh my gosh, y'all, this market is crazy.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's so, like, back to my RV. Somebody found our RV they were in Dallas, and they like stumbled upon Round Rock.
What?
And it's like, that's the kind of market that we're in, is just these things people are seeing.
They were on Airbnb in Dallas?
They live in Dallas, and they were just like searching on Airbnb for something. And we're kind of lucky because it's a small RV, so it's like $40, $50 a month.
Right.
Or a night. So it's like one of the cheapest that there is. So it just comes up. But
like, get a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
$40 a night, what's this?
Yeah. But like, it's just interesting because I don't think anybody can comprehend how much of an attraction there is to this market.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so I don't do a lot of rentals. We just mainly focus on buying and selling. Do you know what's happening in the rental market around here?
Yeah, it's super hot. I mean,
is it hot?
Yeah, it's like with the management company we have, we're like 12 days.
Yeah.
To get a property leased.
Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. Because, if people ask me that, I'm like, I'm not sure, like, what's going on. I did notice, I was looking, and it seemed like there was more property for lease this time this year than usual, but I was like, I don't know if that's true or not.
We're having a little bit more trouble leasing condo units right now.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't really know exactly why. I guess so, yeah.
Because I think they're having a little bit of trouble with condo sales downtown. I don't think they're moving as quickly because people are moving out, so they have 2 home offices. If it's 2 people working from home, they want space.
I've got a condo downtown that I've been trying to sell. It's leased right now, but it's at the Tyndall, and it's like they sell for like $485, $495, and I put mine for like $460. I was like, I just want to sell it. Yeah. And still can't get it back. But it is also leased, which is kind of weird.
Right.
Would you get it? Would you pay for that one?
About that, a little bit less, like $430. But if with commissions and stuff, I'd break even. So I don't really like taking a loss on something, but I'm like, I just want to
get rid of it.
Why? Just to get the cash?
Yeah, it's not a great rental. Like we bought it to live there, and then when we moved out, we just rented it. But it's the HOA fee there is like $450 a month.
It's a nice community though.
It's super nice.
It's they have that cool pool, and like they've got that conference room you can work in. But
free coffee, espresso, 24/7 service.
It's cool.
It's nice. Yeah,
it's tough though. I was looking into this for a friend. Her dad was thinking about selling some of their condos, and I was like, honestly, right now, like things are just sitting, and there's so many other. I don't remember what building it was, but there was like probably 10 to 15 other units active for sale. I was like, that is not the best time.
So are people dropping the price of their condos like you are right now? And can you go in there and find a steal somewhere?
Find a steal? Like I would even take less than that, like probably $20,000 less than that.
Yeah. I think it depends on the seller's position. If they don't need to sell it, if they're okay, then they probably will just leave it and be like, I want to wait and get what I can.
So what is this the one area of our market that's not, hot right now?
I think it's
maybe
slower.
So, and I don't know. And I think there's a lot of them. That's
there's
the thing.
There's a lot
of condo, like even new ones.
Yes,
brand new, hundreds of units.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if I'd call it slow, but it's definitely slower. It's very misleading because I do have people that are like, well, I mean, the Austin market is so hot. Like, why can't I sell this condo like for a great price? I'm like, it's not as hot because people want space.
Condos are
that's
weird.
good to know.
Condos are weird.
One of our agents this morning on our team meeting, I asked him about his listing he's had for a while. It's a condo.
Oh, really?
And he said that it's not getting any offers.
Any showings?
I don't think so.
Where is it? Is it downtown?
I believe. Where is it?
It's on Guadalupe, I think.
Quad. But there's other condos in the same building that are, I think, cheaper that haven't even gotten an offer yet.
That's where if there's one already in there, you got to price it under if you want to move it. Otherwise,
well, that's really good to know though, because now I'm going home and I'm gonna
Go look at some.
look at some
My
condos.
experience
Look at
though, is
condos.
like, in my experience, like they can go up like crazy because all of a sudden, they all get sold or leased, and then to build a new one, it's going to take 3 years, and the prices have gone up. So these things can like double in value. That's what I've seen. That's what happened with mine in College Station. I had one in College Station that I bought for $60,000. I sold it for $70,000 to somebody, and now it's worth like $130,000. And this wasn't that long ago.
That's incredible.
I'm like, damn, that thing really went. And that's still pretty cheap for a condo.
No, but I think too, like when the world, if God help us, if the world gets back to normal, people will want to go to South by Southwest and all these things like downtown that they'll want to be near, and they'll come for them. They're like, oh, this would be cool to have a condo down here. But it's just like with COVID, I think it's just not really,
right.
People don't want to live there right now.
I bought the condo at the Tyndall, like believing that in 20 to 30 years it'd be worth $1 million.
I mean,
and I still think I think
it could be
freaking 8th and 35.
That's a great location, and they're really nice. Those are nice units.
So I still think that's true, but you're right.
Probably more than that.
Probably. I mean, you're right. It could be.
If you
worth
look at
$5 million.
appreciation, I feel like downtown, not in COVID, usually appreciates like at least 7%. Like those condos down there. What I was looking at for a while was the percentage of appreciation, like year over year, in kind of Southeast Austin. It is like insane. And I feel like that where they're putting Tesla, I feel like that's going to be like a huge jump in appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
definitely.
I've been so interested to track that, like 78744. I mean, there's places where it's like 24% appreciation. Like it's insane, but you have to get in early when there's nothing there, like stay there for a while and then wait. Mm-hmm. So you have to be patient, but I thought that was interesting.
Opportunity City.
Yep, that's it.
Round Rock, Pflugerville. I mean, it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, Round Rock's so ideal because there's the Dell campus. A lot of people want to live near there. I have a lot of investors that call from out of state that are like, I want to buy something near Dell or buy any of the places, any of the technology, like Apple, anywhere the technology offices is where they're usually wanting to buy so they can lease it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they'll lease quick.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's pretty cool. I lived in Round Rock my entire life and never, ever once thought about Dell.
Really?
It's always been there, but I've never been like, man, Dell campus, that's such a cool campus right now.
Dude, I think about it, I'm like, this is what puts Round Rock on the map.
Well, and
like,
Round Rock Donuts.
I think about Round Rock Donuts more.
They're getting a new location in Cedar Park.
Really?
Yeah.
Can they bring one down south? I know.
They probably will. I mean, I never knew they were interested in expanding. Now that they're doing a second, I don't know why they wouldn't do multiple.
I'll never forget the first time I went, there was a guy outside just eating a donut like the size of his head. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes, this is, I love Shipley's.
Insane.
Like,
it's especially during COVID. I mean, it is packed all the time.
They're so good.
You can't drive down May Street.
You can't, but they're quick. They're so quick. Like there's a big line, but
they like Chick-fil-A, like super efficient.
Yes.
Like we got this.
Yes.
Like military precision.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just, they have everything pre-made pretty much, or making it at that same time.
Crank them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think of when I think of Round Rock. I think of Round Rock Donuts.
You need to get some of their kolaches too. They have good kolaches.
But this is so bad, y'all. All I've done is eat for like 4 days, and now I'm thinking about eating some more, and then I'm gonna eat at Christmas. I need to be doing your like hour and a half workout routine in the morning.
We got the healthy place in Round Rock if you want to try it. It's called Nancy's Sky Garden.
Nancy's. Okay, is it salads?
They do have a salad.
Do they have things that are not? So I don't really eat vegetables. I really should.
So you would love the all meat diet.
Okay, I know. So I'm terrible. I've really got to work on it. I eat fast food a lot. Have y'all had Taco Ranch?
No, I haven't eaten.
P. Terry's taco.
Yes, don't get the
I've had it
tacos.
before.
You get the burrito. Did you get the burrito?
No, I got the tacos.
Oh, you gotta get the burrito. It's misleading because it's called Taco Ranch. But I eat a lot of fast food. I've got to work on it and start
Chick-fil-A.
cooking. Yes, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Long John Silver's. Don't judge me. I get the chicken.
So Nancy,
Quick and easy.
Yeah.
Nancy Sky Garden may not be your place.
Okay. Well, you know what? If it's a local business,
Yep.
I want to support local. I need to eat vegetables.
I don't know how to explain Nancy's.
It's
I really don't.
it's Asian, so you know you
Ooh.
get like poke bowls. I guess I've never
That's
had one of
good.
those, but they have like with the raw fish and whatnot.
I like poke.
They
Surprisingly.
have chicken.
Okay.
It's not fried.
It's okay.
It's like steamed chicken.
Chicken salad, sweet potato noodles.
My favorite
smoked
is
salmon.
the teriyaki chicken and sweet potato noodles.
Ooh, I like teriyaki chicken. And so I know sweet potato is better for you, so I need to work on that.
The sweet potato noodles are good too, but then they serve you like this. You can order it. You probably won't, but they have this big salad. It's got a ton of fruit.
Yum.
You
No,
don't
I'm
like-
just kidding.
do you like-
I love fruit. I love fruit.
Okay.
I just like, y'all, it's bad. Like, I really just, I need to work on it. It's a problem. Like, I have a terrible diet one day. And when you're
Just
on the go,
easy, yeah.
you know, when you're on the go, I
get it.
need to stop making excuses because lots of people meal prep and then they bring it with you. So I have no excuse other than just like pure laziness and a love of fast food. So yeah, I've been keeping Long John Silver's in business since like 2008. They're so good.
That's funny. I haven't been there in a long time.
Highly recommend you get the planks of chicken and then they have the little crispers, hush puppies, and you get malt vinegar on the chicken. Maybe don't meet a client after that, but it's good. Like, bring some mouthwash.
I do Chick-fil-A. That's the fast food I go
Chick-fil-A
for.
is good. Yes. Oh my gosh. Because it's fried in peanut oil. So it's like not even fried. Doesn't count.
I love it. I love it. So what are the goals moving forward? Just keep building the business, build
Yes.
your name, build the brand.
Basically, I would love to just have a referral-based business and be able to just continually have people referring me to their family and friends and helping them. That would be my goal, my dream. I want more listings too. I want to sell. I want to work with sellers more.
Dude, listings, with the new MLS, it is like so intense on putting. But my wife was helping me put a listing in last night.
Oh.
And it took like an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, it's nuts.
So we have an Emma. Her name is Emma. I say we have an Emma. Her name is Emma. She handles all. She's not just a CTC. She handles all of our contracts. She's on our team. Thank
She
God
puts
for
the
Emma.
listings in?
Yes, she puts the listings. She does the
But you have
contracts.
I'm sure you have a checklist of information to get her.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. We work on that, but she is very detail oriented. So it frees me up so I can talk to clients and tour property and all that good stuff because that is not my skill set. I've learned, that's something
neither.
I've learned is like, do what you're good at and what you enjoy. And Emma loves that. Like she loves the details. And when I'm on the selling side and I have to like pick through a contract for the deeds, I'm like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, oh, it's so fun. I'm like, great. Thank you, Emma.
Here's 5.
I'm like, here you go. Yeah. I always try to send like the highlights when I send an offer over so they don't have to dig. But yeah, so my goal is to get more listings and I'm with you. It is so much effort. And 2, because the market is so tight, I'm working with like 6 buyers right now and it's just breaking my heart because like we're having trouble finding things.
Right.
And my advice for buyers, if you're on a budget, is like you need to maybe start looking $100,000 under your budget because you need to bring that cash to cover appraisal and you're going to have to come over asking to get something under contract.
That makes sense.
So
That's good advice.
if I have sellers, then we're in a great position because maybe we're getting multiple offers. Maybe we get exactly what you want. It's not as painful.
Yeah.
I love working with buyers. I just wish there was more inventory right now. So
I totally
There's
agree.
condos.
I know that's true. I'm like, here, move your 3 kids into this 1-bedroom condo downtown. It's a steal. Yeah, it's
I
true.
got a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, I know. I know. That is the thing. But yeah, goals are referral business, more listings, and just keep my clients happy and where they do feel comfortable referring me to friends and family because I did a good job. So, and keep
Nice.
learning,
Yeah.
keep learning more.
Cool.
Those are my goals. What are y'all's goals?
Well, my goal is I'm trying to get in the next like 2 years, $10,000 a month from owning real estate.
Nice.
That's my goal for just the ownership side. And then we want to keep growing the brokerage, the construction, and the management company.
I want to buy 100 units next year.
Dang. Okay, y'all are awesome. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna have to find y'all some off-market deals so I can get a piece of this.
Yeah, we'd love to. Hey, you could be the first agent that I have this new concept with.
Yes, I'm gonna be thinking about this moving forward.
And the only thing I want to maybe plant in your head, and you're maybe already there, but like,
tell me.
Always be thinking of ways to start owning for yourself.
Yes.
Maybe you're already thinking that, but
I am. I'm trying to buy a house this year.
Nice.
And I mean, as you've
duplex,
seen,
house hack,
just a regular house, like just
why not go duplex?
I guess I could do a duplex.
Come on, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're the biggest advocates of like.
That's so smart.
I think too many agents miss out. Yeah, and then start looking for your next one.
Yeah. No, you're so right. Well, with my random assortment of jobs, like I was making $13 an hour at some of these jobs, and so I had to really save. But now, real estate, I'm like, okay, this is great. I'm saving. I've got my taxes figured out. Like, this is great. This is the year I'm gonna buy. But it's just the inventory is so low, so I got to find something good for me and my dog Luke. We'll see.
All right.
What kind of dog is Luke?
He's a rescue. He's a husky blue heeler, and he's adorable, and I'm obsessed with him. I got him from Austin Pets Alive, and I think he's the cutest thing in the world.
Aww.
I'm like obsessed with him. Isn't he cute?
He is.
We gotta show the
I dressed him up. That's Luke. He's a good dog. He's mainly well behaved, but
awesome.
But yeah, he doesn't really need that big of a yard. Just somewhere where I don't have to take him down the stairs. That's what I'm working on. But yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time.
Thank y'all.
I love the way that we did this because we've constantly been trying to make this conversation.
Good.
And I appreciate you asking us questions. It makes it fun.
Well, thank y'all so much. I was so nervous. So y'all were so nice. And this was a blast.
What are ways that people can get a hold of you?
Yes, please.
Want to get you some clients?
Yes, let me tell y'all. No, I'm just kidding. You can call me on my cell, 432-288-3232. And or text me. I'd love to hear from y'all. I'll send you a voice message.
Yeah, and let us know if you want us to connect you as well. If that's
Thank
easier.
y'all.
Appreciate your time.
It.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
This was so fun.
I'm excited because I'm telling you, I know you're going to be successful with this.
Oh my gosh, you're so nice.
I'm serious though. Like, I see what you're doing, and you just got to keep doing it.
Oh, thank y'all.
Yeah.
This means so much. Seriously,
cool.
Nobody's ever asked me to do anything like this, so it's exciting.
Well, we'll get you back on and post your videos in Real Estate Investors or TRE Family, whichever one.
I'm going to.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all so much.